Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Welcome on the Culture News. My name is David Serero, and I have the pleasure to have today over the phone a very talented hip-hop artist. His name is Perception, but it is spelled PRCPTN. He is very creative already with his name. As you can hear, he has released a fantastic, and I mean really fantastic, new single that is called Options, which is part of an EP coming up in the fall, and we can wait to hear more. This is really a fantastic, wonderful artist, extremely well produced and extremely intelligent, as you will hear through his vocals. But without any further introduction, please meet the one and only, the hip-hop artist, Mr. Perception. How are you today, sir?
How you doing, man?
Very happy to have you over the phone. First of all, congratulations for your music. We've been listening to it, and it's really a delight, really a pleasure to listen to you. So really, congratulations.
Thank you very much, man.
My pleasure. For the people who don't have the pleasure of knowing you, would you be so kind to tell us a little bit about yourself? Where are you from, and what brought you to music?
So I'm a local, I'm a self-produced artist out of Lancaster, Pennsylvania. It's a small little town, 3 hours away from Philadelphia. And I would say what brought me to music, I grew up in a church setting, so music was all around me all the time. But I started to really get involved off of a crush. I joined the band off of a crush on a girl that I had in the 6th grade, and it just so happened that I ended up falling in love with it ever since. And so straight out of high school, I just started working on.
Back to it, right?
Yes, it always does. It's always about a girl, man.
Whether it's before you release a track or it's after you have released it, it's always about the girl. There's always a girl somehow that changes the course of your life. There's nothing you can do about it.
Man, straight out of high school, I kept going with it. And 2 years ago, I was like, this is what I'm meant to do. So, I've been doing it ever since.
Well, we will love to hear that, and we're glad that it was a crush. So whoever is that girl, please thank her on our behalf, because the music that you have delivered, does she even know that, it's thanks to her that you became an artist?
Yeah. Actually, we worked on some music together just last year, and she's doing her thing too. So shout out to her.
She hasn't fallen in love with you yet.
No, she has a man and a little one. So.
So we don't want to do any trouble. No. We don't want to have, with all the Me Too thing, we don't want to have any lawsuits now because
no Me Too. Yeah, no Me Too.
No.
I don't need Kanye West put me in the song.
Yeah, exactly. Let Kanye West do the song for us. But I want to tell you, man, that I really, really love your music, and I can tell that I'm not the only one, because on SoundCloud and other platforms, people really dig in your music. I wanted to ask you, who are your influences? Who are the artists that have influenced you? Because one thing that I really can't wait to see with you is to see you in a music video or to see any visuals of yours, because in your music there's so many colors. You feel there are 10 guys who are singing, So it's really, really good. So, and the good thing, is not because, without any due respect, is when you listen sometimes to hip hop or rap music, is after 2 bars, there's nothing new, coming. And the thing with your music is that there is constantly, there's never more than, let's say, 5 to 10 seconds that is identical, you add always more stuff, whether it's in your voice, there's some variations and stuff. So who are your influences?
Well, I would say first and foremost, Kanye West. Kanye West is, I'm one of the 1,000 slaves that Kanye freed.
Oh my God. I'm not sure I can laugh, but because I'm white, but
right.
I'm a half black, I'm a half black, I wish,
oh, okay.
I wish.
That's enough, man. That's enough.
I'm 100% black in my
there you go. There you go, man. Straight up. We're all black. We're all black.
Trust me. If I was just a little bit, African American, if I had some blood, I wouldn't, my career would be so much better. You know what I mean? I would be able to do real music. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you could become a rapper and put Lil before your name, and then then you're good.
Well, size doesn't matter, as we say. But anyway.
Yeah. But so Kanye West, Drake would be my second, and then I guess it just falls below. I get new inspiration all the time from different artists. You have Jillian Banks, you have Ellie Goulding. I just always keep my ear fresh to new sound. You know what I mean? Lately it's been Andy Mineo. You know what I'm saying? Since I grew up in the church, sometimes I touch back to artists who are between positive and secular music that come, and it's like Daniel Caesar or her, those type of songwriters, because I'm a really big fan of songwriting. Wow. And so Party Next Door is a big one. He's one of my leading right now, inspirations. So people who you are creative, those are the people that inspire me to be creative all the time. So,
well, we really thank these people, and we must thank all the African American women, mothers, who are taking their children to church, because
always
it's not about being religious. It's about getting values in life, and while you out there, you're not in the streets and to do God knows what. And you're not, you're not doing, bad influence, So this is really for me the best school, and we have to give a big, a big up, as we say, right, to all these wonderful American mothers who are African American mothers who are really, really working so hard, against everything. So really big ups for these women, really.
And that's totally right. I'm not religious now, but that grounding has set me a way to be more knowledgeable about the world. So yeah, definitely.
No, but let me tell you, and God has been good to you, and we can hear it on your music, definitely, man. So, now, what is your process when you write new music, or when you go to the studio? How do you work in terms of the music production? Because I tell you, really, because your sound is, and I hope you will forgive me, it's not just hip hop music. It's I hear some R&B, I hear some soul music also. So it's kind of a bridge of many different genres. Am I right when I say that? And
yes.
When you produce, when you do new track, what is the process usually?
All right. So it's usually, sometimes it can go from an 8-hour process to a 6-hour process, but it, it always starts with me rolling up. We got to have the medicine before you start. And then I start playing around with keys first, anything from a synth to sounds. I don't start with drums, and I just start playing keys, and then whatever song comes to my head, sometimes I can, for options, that song, I started playing a sound and I started playing a chord, and it just took off. This is how it would come off on a song.
Yeah.
So I just leave the chords in loop. And to be honest, I just write the whole song under that one chord, and then I start building the beat up under it, how the rhythm, because then you have, I feel then you have more control over how you want the song to go. Sometimes you don't want it to be a traditional trap beat or to run into a traditional, rhythm. So you just let the chords play, write the song, and then you can add the rhythm however you want it, which gives you more control of the song. And honestly, you can have fun with it. Like it becomes like, you know, it becomes fun after that.
Yeah. You know, but it's really beautiful to hear you talk about it. And what now? Do you do a lot of live gigs, like live performances?
Yes, I started performing in my town, Lancaster, Pennsylvania, and I've been going around different clubs, different places around my city, and trying to end up on our launch music festival next year. So, and then music festivals after that. So, I'm really hoping that it goes out.
Oh, it will. It will definitely go out. And I'm sorry. So when you do your music, like when you write the lyrics, what inspires you to go on, you know, to start to sit down and take a pen or start to write down on your phone? What is usually the motivation for you?
It's usually past experiences, you know, in options is kind of like a past and a current, like, you know, a past and present feeling of, being like an independent, like male, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like being an independent male lately has been like a taboo where people are like, you know, why aren't you married or why don't you have kids? And it's like, when you're chasing a dream, sometimes it's like you can't let other people in at the time or have the trust level to let other people in at the time. And, or it's just the plain, like, you know you're going to fall for them, but you know the type of love you fall, like, that you go into is deep. And so it'll distract you from whatever you're chasing. So the song is about, past ways I felt about relationships and how much I felt that they were like, you know, distractions, things like that. And the type of drama they bring. And so it's kind of saying like, hey, look, you know, I can replace you. Like, I got a girl coming in, you know, and this is a comfortable lifestyle for me to have, because in this type of life, you can't really, like, you don't have the trust level to let people in deeper ways, you know what I mean? Like, especially with social media being as big as it is. So yeah.
Yeah.
It's usually,
so true.
Yeah.
No, that's absolutely true. So where, I can tell you you recorded with, Studio 4 raised in Lancaster in Philadelphia. Is that where you're from?
Yes.
In Philadelphia, and do you believe that there is, in Philadelphia, like rap, hip hop?
Oh no, I'm not from Philly. I'm from Lancaster. We're 3 hours like out from Philly, but we're not part of Philly.
Okay. So do you believe that in Philly or in Lancaster or just in Pennsylvania in general, there is like a specific color of rap, hip hop / urban music that is really proper to that sound, not like, unlike Atlanta, for example, they have now their own sound, or Florida or West Coast, East Coast. Do you think that there is such a thing for Lancaster or Philly or Pennsylvania?
Yeah, I actually think the sound you're hearing on Options and the sounds you're going to hear coming from me forward will be the sound coming out of Lancaster. Like, you know what I mean? I think Meek Mill, he has Philly, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Meek Mill. He's doing a lot of big things right now. Meek Mill, he has Philly, and I feel like I want to bring that sound out of Lancaster because Lancaster's unique. Philly's a big city. Lancaster is a small town. And it's, people call it, you know, it's like the home of the Amish. So it's a whole different feel in the city. Like, you know what I mean? It's one of those like metropolitans kind of with, you have like your cafes on every corner, your, people walking dogs, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it's a different feel in Lancaster than it is in Philly. Where in Lancaster, it's more like, you have people who are like activists. You have people who, you know, I work at a natural food store. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I help support, local food and local, you know, things like that. It's like a community. So, there's not an aggressive sound. Like, silly. You know what I mean? It's more of it's a different aggression. You know what I'm saying? Or it's a different type of sound and creativity because of what we can. Like, I'm surrounded by a bunch of indie bands. So like, so you can imagine like, you know, I got to stay up on hip hop through Spotify and stuff like that because around me is a bunch of indie bands, but I soak it all in because it helps with songwriting to get people from all different genres.
Wow. Yeah, I totally agree with you. And I'm glad that you recognize that. So before we start to say goodbye to each other, I would love to know what is next for you. What is coming up? What is the next project? I know there is that EP coming up in the fall. I would love to hear it from you and to know what is next for you.
Yeah, man. Next is the top. Like, it's always been the goal. It's always been the mission. And to me, it doesn't stop. Like, there's never, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just here. I'm trying to get into music festivals. I've been doing a lot of like sending songs out because I'm trying, like I said, I'm a born songwriter. So I'm definitely trying to put the pen in like somebody's lap. Like, you know, I'm trying to put a song in somebody's, lap on somebody's album. So I've been sending stuff out to labels. But until then, I'm just building my brand. I got a t-shirt brand that I'm selling online in the store, Lemon Street Market, and it's the Perception brand, and it has my logo on the shirt. But it also is made to make you feel individual. You know, people can write their perception of you on the shirt. You know what I'm saying? Whatever they think of you, it individualizes you. So definitely check that out. Follow me on Instagram at The Real Perception, spelled PRCPTN.
And we will definitely do that. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is David Serero. I had the pleasure to have today on my Heart Radio the very talented hip-hop artist, but he is way more than just hip-hop. The very talented artist Perception, and you spell it PRCPTN. He has released this fantastic track, which we'll be playing right after this interview, right now, so stay tuned. It's called Options, and you can follow him on Instagram, on Twitter, and you can purchase the album on many, many platforms. Ladies and gentlemen, right now, Options by Perception. Thank you so very much.
Don't let me take this away from you. Don't wanna ruin your moment now. The way you acting, I'm so confused. Communication, the focus, cause you've been going out your mind now. Telling lies like a nigga wouldn't find out. I ain't got no patience with the fake gun, and you switching different sides now. But don't hold on, money and fame just makes me happy. Don't wait too long, cause a shorty about to slide in a minute, and that's why I keep my options open. She don't wanna give her heart to, no. I don't wanna give my heart to, no. She don't wanna give her heart to, options open. She don't wanna give her heart to, no. I don't wanna give my heart to, no. She don't wanna give her heart to. I just wanna keep the shit casual. I ain't tryna be the one, as you know. Baby, I don't love you, that's factual. You should let go of the dreams, he was actual. Dollar bills running things round me. Shorty said I give her thrills when she hang around me. If you come with bass in your tone, with your face in my phone, then I'm sorry you can hang around me. You've been going out your mind now, telling lies like a nigga wouldn't find out. I ain't got no patience with the fake gun, and you switching different sides now. But don't hold on, money and fame just makes me happy. Don't wait too long, cause a shorty about to slide in a minute, and that's why I keep my options open. She don't wanna give her heart to, no. I don't wanna give my heart to, no. She don't wanna give her heart to, options open. She don't wanna give her heart to, no. I don't wanna give my heart to. No, she don't wanna give her heart to.